The story of Minik Wallace, a boy taken from Greenland to the American Museum. Picture this. The year is 1897. A ship cuts slowly through the gray Atlantic, wind whispering against its sails, its decks damp with mist and brine. On board, huddled together and wrapped in layers of fur, are 6 Inuit travelers from northwest Greenland. Among them is a child named Minik Small, curious and perhaps a little frightened. He is only around 7 years old. His father Kisak has agreed to travel with the American explorer Robert Peary, who has promised something vague, perhaps adventure, perhaps security, perhaps a better life. But the true destination is far stranger than anyone could have expected. The American Museum of Natural History in New York City. There, Minik and his companions are not greeted as guests. They are presented as exhibits, not quite in cages, but close enough. They are studied, observed, paraded before crowds. They become living artifacts in a place devoted to dead things. Minik doesn't speak English. He doesn't understand the signs, the stares, the questions whispered behind gloved hands. He is a child, far from the snow, the dogs, the sky he knew. Instead, he sees brick, gaslight, glass cases, and endless rows of objects. His father falls ill. The cold is not the same here, nor is the food or the rhythm of life. Within weeks, Kisak is dead. And here, the story shifts from sad to surreal. Minik is told that a funeral has been held for his father, a casket, a burial, a solemn goodbye. But what the museum doesn't tell him is this. His father's body has not been buried. It has been stripped, boiled, and preserved. Kisak's skeleton is mounted clean and sterile on display within the very museum that promised them safety. Minik doesn't know. Not yet. Instead, he is adopted by one of the museum's staff, William Wallace, and given the surname Wallace, he's enrolled in school, dressed in Western clothes. He learns English. He tries to fit in, but beneath it all is a lingering sense of grief, confusion, and loss. Eventually, the truth begins to surface. Minik discovers that the body buried in the ceremony was a log, placed in a coffin as a mock burial. The museum had faked the funeral. Kisak had never been laid to rest. Imagine, if you will, being a child raised with profound respect for the dead, learning that your father's bones now sit somewhere behind glass. Imagine the betrayal, the loneliness. Imagine trying to explain that ache to people who speak a different language and live by different values. Minik asks for the remains. He wants his father back, wants him returned to Greenland, but the request is refused. Years pass. Minik grows into a young man, never quite at home in New York, and increasingly alienated from his Inuit roots. Eventually he returns to Greenland as a young adult, but it's not as simple as going home. The landscape is familiar, but he is not. He's forgotten the language, forgotten the old ways. He is now seen as different American, perhaps, out of place in both worlds. In time, he returns to America, drifts between jobs. The pain never leaves, though it quiets into resignation. Minik dies in 1918 during the Spanish flu pandemic in Vermont. He is only around 28 years old. For decades, his story is largely forgotten.